What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the First and Long College Football Show. This is your halftime report with Marcus and Mason. Mason, how you doing, buddy?
Man, doing good. Got done with the soccer game at noon today, and now I'm back watching football. So I miss a lot of the noon games, but man, I'm back watching some good football and excited for it.
Absolutely, yeah. It was been pretty good so far. Had a last minute uh, victory um, for Utah earlier. That
Yeah,
was pretty clutch of them in a really sloppy game where nobody really wanted to seize control of the game. Um, Been a lot of weather delays today, a lot of wet football being played. Um, Notre Dame, their game was delayed for a little bit, and I'm trying to find. I was thinking this would be the show all the other games, but it's not showing all of them. It's just showing the ones that are in delay and in progress. Um, but nonetheless, let's go kind of through these games a little bit. The Ole Miss and Tulane right now, we kind of missed halftime a little bit. It's in the third quarter, 11:46 to go. Tulane's got the ball up 17-10. Ole Miss just sacked them on first down. Have you got a chance to watch this game today?
I haven't been in on the Ole Miss game yet. I've got Iowa State, Iowa going, and A&M and Miami, and my third monitor is being used right now. So.
Well, Tulane is up 17-10, and their defense has looked really good today. They've been all over Jackson Dart, sacking him um, and driving the ball. Um, Tulane's got their backup quarterback in as well, and it just looks like more of the same from this Ole Miss defense. And
Yeah.
um, they've got the defensive coordinator that was at Alabama last year, Pete Golding, and it
Hmm.
looks like more of the same of just like mix up routes, wide open wide receivers down the field. I don't know. It looks like the long plays in this game kind of look like the mix ups from the Tennessee and Alabama game last year. I swear.
Right.
Um, it was not looking great. Um, Tell us what's going on at Texas A&M game, because I think a lot of people have had trouble watching the game unless you're on the actual app itself. Um,
Yeah.
what's going on in that one?
That's what it sounds like. So I've been watching this game from the app. That's the only way I'm able to watch it. I don't really have cable or even live TV anymore at this point. So I just stream it through the ESPN app, and they're at 17-14. Texas A&M is up right now. Miami's had some real bad miscues on special teams. They had a block punt or a tip punt, I should say. It only went about maybe 20 yards or so. So that gave A&M some great field possession, and then also they they also muffed a punt on like the 18-yard line. So once again, I think both of those ended up in Texas A&M touchdowns as well. So really this game could be way out of hand at this point, and Texas A&M's really terrible defense has allowed Miami to stay in it. Um, Miami's made a few plays here and there, but Texas A&M and I'll have to go back and rewatch it, but it just doesn't seem like they're playing really good football right now on the defensive side of the ball. As there's 45 seconds left in the game, Miami has the ball and just went down and got another first down. They're playing hurry up. They're at about the 42-yard line on their own 42. Van Dyke has the ball tipped. So 37 seconds left. They may be able to tack on a field goal before the end of this half, but it's looking like they may go into half with a 3-point lead. So,
Yeah,
but yeah,
well,
I thought that this
Tyler
game
Van
would
Dyke's
be,
having a pretty good day. I see 10
yeah,
of 14, 173 yards in the first half, two tutties.
it's mostly the second quarter. He had a pretty bad first quarter, but he's turning around and um, he's looking pretty good, man. And this Texas A&M defense isn't doing anything to stop him. So they're they're making them look pretty good as they do
Oh,
complete the first
big play.
down. Big play for sure out of Texas A&M's 35 now. So um, it's looking like they're definitely within field goal range.
Van Dyke looked like he had never seen a football before last week, and now all of a sudden he's slinging it all over the yard.
Well, this is the statement game for Miami. So if they're able to win this game, and I think Texas A&M is really good, I do. They're not looking like it on defense right now, but if Miami wins this game, they're in the conversation for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So we talked a little bit about it earlier. The Notre Dame NC State game. It was 3-0 in the delay early in the second quarter of that game, and they went ahead and finished that one up. And Notre Dame won handily. Looked really good. Sam Hartman looked the part today. It was kind of a rough start. I mean, NC State was all up in their grill, man. I mean, they were
Yeah,
all over them.
they were applying some good pressure for sure.
Yeah, they were all over them, and it seemed like Notre Dame was able to settle down and press a good win there. And I do think that was a quality win on the road there at NC State, especially playing in the elements as they were in a delay for a long time this morning. So good win for Notre Dame there. Ole Miss gonna have to play some defense in the second half here if they're gonna want to pull this thing out. And SEC sure does need Tulane to do it. Hadn't had a great start. Relying on A&M and Ole Miss to pull out a couple of wins here. What about the Iowa State game, man? That one's been pretty one sided. It's been pretty ugly. It started out good. I thought. I mean, really, Iowa State marched down the field and it started out good, and then all of a sudden, man, it was like the Iowa defense just like a light switch was turned on.
Yeah, if I could steal one of your sayings, fire hot, water wet. Iowa's really good at defense.
Yeah.
I think I believe that was a game that there was a pick six in pretty early. If I'm not mistaken. I'm getting some of these games confused, but anyways, they've had a few turnovers. They've had some turnovers on downs, and it's been they look like a really good defense once again. McNamara's made a few plays. Things have slowed down or did slow down in that second quarter, and really haven't heated up this second half. But it's looking about like a game like we figured it would. I think the over and under was set at, what was it, 36.5, something like that. So
Yeah.
it's so far the under's hitting. So, but still have almost a whole half to play. So to be determined on this, but it's about the game that we'd expect. As Iowa State has the ball, just completed a first down. They're at about midfield right now and driving. So they're trying to get in there and make it a game.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, I just wanted to get us together for just a minute here and talk about some of these games. We got the big boys coming up here in just a little bit. We got Texas at Alabama and all the late slate games, and we're gonna come get on live for you guys, and let's get on and talk about it. We hope somebody will give us a call and come on the show, and we'd love to talk some football with you. What if you got anything else, Mason? I just, like I said, I just want to come give the halftime report, and then we'll watch the rest of these games and the first half of these next games, and maybe if we feel like if there's enough action going on, we'll come get on a halftime for those sets of games, and then definitely we've got our big live show scheduled at the end of the night. As of right now, tentatively scheduled for 10:30.
Yeah, just real quick. So I haven't watched a lick of this game, but score check here. Eastern Kentucky has the ball, and they are only down 17-21 with 12 minutes left in the fourth quarter against Kentucky. So Kentucky's only got a 4-point lead right now. Not the great offensive start that Stoops was expecting out of his quarterback, and It's looking pretty tight right now. So that's one that we may need to keep an eye on because Kentucky's on upset alert right now for sure.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
then we talked before we got on about the and Clemson and who was it they were playing? Charleston Southern.
Yeah.
That was a pretty close game really for a minute there. It was 17-21 at one point, and Clemson was able to finish that at 66-17. So they got that offense going that we've been waiting to see. But just a slow start there. Georgia started off slow, but ended up handling Ball State pretty well. And Colorado and Nebraska. Deion Sanders does it again, 36-14 finish for Colorado over Nebraska. Hey, Shedeur Sanders played great. He looked great. Their defense still needs some work, the Buffaloes at least. They created some pressure up front. The secondary looked pretty good. They were able to at least make some explosive plays in the secondary, but ultimately they got to tighten up on their pass defense a pretty good bit. And Nebraska, they played good on defense for the most part. Did give up 36, but I think that there were some special teams in that game as well that caused the score to be run up a little bit. So, and then
Jeff Sims is a dumpster fire.
Jeff Sims is quite possibly the worst quarterback in FBS. He's really, really bad.
He single-handedly lost that game for them, dude, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
I mean, 2 fumbles.
Yeah.
I think they were both in the first half even, but yeah,
And it
and
would have been one thing too if the snaps were way up here,
mhm,
but they hit him right here.
yeah, low
They hit him right here
snaps.
in the hands.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
doesn't make any sense. It was the weirdest thing, and he did it last week too. Just an absolute turnover machine, and I'm just wow. I feel bad for
Well,
Nebraska.
and like it's one thing to turn the ball over, but what the heck, man? Just fall on it. He's
I
just
know.
standing there looking at it and trying to grab at it and reach for it. Well, just fall on it. And if it goes to 4th down, you have to punt it. Oh well. But I mean, like you said, he single-handedly lost them this game. They could have been in it the whole time, and
Yeah.
man, I just don't think there's much hope for him, honestly, at this point.
No, I don't think
Um,
so either.
but yeah,
The backup must just be horrible. The backup must be horrible, and they are so scared to put him in because I can't think of any other reason you don't. Why? What else are you waiting for to pull the quarterback? What else are you waiting
right,
for?
right.
I don't know.
That Utah game in Baylor, did you get to watch some of that?
I did. It came down to I watched most of it. It was a struggle, man, and Utah somehow pulled that thing out at the end, man. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. I don't know. I don't remember if that was one of your best bets or not, but it was one of mine. I took Utah at plus 7.5. Of course, they win by 7, and barely. So that was one of those where I'm just like, Coach, go for 2, play the
Right.
spread, but end up winning by 7. Don't make me look too bad, I lost it on the hook, but it was a really good game. I mean, Baylor, Baylor made some improvements for sure, and really should have won the game, honestly. But I think that the quarterback decision there, I'm not sure when they made the change at quarterback, but to bring in, is it Thompson? Isn't that his name?
For
That they brought
for
in
who for who now?
for Utah.
Oh, Johnson, Nate Johnson.
Johnson. That's it. Yeah. So they took out Barnes because he was just playing terrible.
God,
But they go
couldn't
in
hit
with
the
Thompson
broadside
and
of a barn.
man, he man, he looked really bad. So apparently, hey, switch it over to Thompson made a big difference. So
Yeah,
that was really the deciding factor in the game, I think.
yeah. Nate's a good runner. Utah started to be able to run the ball at the end of the game, and that was honestly the difference. Momentum kind of shifted in the second half towards their favor, and they were able to close it out. About messed up there at the end of the game, given giving Baylor an extra chance with 1 second. That was pretty bad defense there in a situation where you just can't let a receiver get behind you. But tried to make it interesting again there at the end. And speaking of making it interesting, Ole Miss just scored and it's tied up 17-all in the third now. Just drove right down the field on a nice little drive there. So got some good games to watch finish up right here before we head into the big ones.
Absolutely. Well, that's all I've got. Unless you've got something else, I'm excited to finish up these 3:30 games, and we'll start with the primetime game, and I guess we'll meet on the other side of that and wrap on everything around 10:30 tonight Eastern time.
All right, man. That sounds like a plan. We'll see y'all later. Thank you.